Welcome to today's EESI podcast. Our subject, EESI's unique Employer's Working Capital Benefit. This is an incredible benefit that EESI offers its clients that can help provide you with the working capital you need, and it is so much easier than trying to obtain a loan. And our special guest today is Steve Ott. Steve is currently a Vice President of Business Development at Payroll Funding. He is an accomplished and passionate sales and sales management veteran, offering more than 25 years of key experience in successfully driving sales in finance, IT consulting, digital marketing, mobile, SAS, software, and new technology. Steve, welcome to our program. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Lou.
Well, let's get right to talking about this unique program.
Payroll funding solves a fundamental issue for clients of EESI, which is basically providing access to capital to help pay their payroll when cash flow or cash is tight. So that's fundamentally number one. If you look at clients, your clients, EESI's clients who pursue types of funding, they often have to go through months of effort, mounds of paperwork, underwriting, risk assessment, etc., with traditional funding sources. They're faced with the need to have money now, not a month or two or three from now. So getting access to the capital that they need right now is very difficult for them, and we solve that problem. And the third is, in a growth economy, clients of EESI are growing, they're expanding, they want to expand faster, and some of them can't take on new business at the rate it's available because they lack the necessary capital to invest in the growth of their company, hence leading to slower than desired growth. So those are kind of the three fundamental areas that our product with EESI addresses.
So most small business owners that want to expand or need to be covered for payroll or have some other kind of need usually have to go through a basic small business loan.
But for us, clients of EESI, they're basically pre-qualified in that they wouldn't be clients of EESI if they weren't in good standing and have already gone through a risk assessment and underwriting. And so we take that into consideration. We don't have to do that work all over again when we evaluate a company for funding. So in a sense, EESI clients are pre-qualified for funding. So what does that mean? That means that we don't have an application that's required. We don't require any collateral. We don't require a personal guarantee. We basically determine if we can fund a company on an interview. And that interview is 30-40 minutes to review the financial situation of the client. And from that, we can make a basic go, no-go decision as to whether we can fund the company. If we can fund the company, then we enter into an agreement with the company that says for 1 year, you can call us at any time and say, I need help paying my payroll this week, and we'll fund your payroll. And we don't need a long notice. It is basically kind of on demand. You can call me on a Wednesday afternoon and say, Steve, I need help paying my payroll tomorrow, and we will wire the funds Thursday morning to EESI to pay the payroll. That makes it probably the easiest and most straightforward way to get access to capital. Clients can also use cash for other reasons that they would normally use it for to help grow the company. Lastly, the people always ask, well, how expensive is it? The interest rates start at 4% APR, which means if it's paid back quickly, that equates to about 55 cents per $1,000 borrowed, or a $100,000 payroll would cost $55 basically to float for a week. The last thing is that people who use us for short-term funding, which is what we are, basically should look at us as being a credit card for their payroll. We can pay their payroll just like a credit card can. If you pay us back quickly, it's really, really inexpensive. If you need more time, it'll be a little bit more expensive, but if you need more time, you need more time, and we're there because we have a long-term view of how to help service and make the client successful.
Well, I think you made the comparison to a credit card, but it's so much better than a credit card because the interest rate of starting at 4%, I guess, based on the company, is incredibly low. And as you said, for $100,000, you're talking about $55. This is an excellent program for any small business owner who is a client of EESI. And if you're not a client, it's just another reason to consider becoming a client. You are already pre-qualified. This is an excellent option for a small business owner. No collateral. All of those things are already done. No personal guarantee necessary. Any additional things you'd like to talk about?
The other aspect is that the payroll funding company is not a financial institution, not in a traditional sense. We are a family trust, and hence, because we're a trust, we're not bound by the same rules and regulations as a bank might be or other financial institution. We can basically fund people as we see fit in the fashion we want to do it. In that respect, we have the freedom to do things that traditional funding sources cannot.
I think this is probably one of the most unique ways that small business owners can access funds. Is that accurate, Steve?
There is literally no company doing what we do or the way we do it. So, yes, it is unique.
How would a company go about learning more about this program? Who would they contact?
They would contact EESI and say, we're interested in this program. They can talk to their payroll administrator. They'll put the two of us together, and within minutes or an hour, we'll be talking. And it's that easy. It's not complex. It is simply, let's talk, let's have an initial conversation, let's schedule a financial review interview, and let's make a decision. That is as difficult as it gets.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for this service.
I appreciate it, Lou. Thank you.
For those of you that are EESI clients, this EESI Working Capital Benefit Program is just an incredible way for you to build your business and to do so inexpensively as well. Whether you're looking for funding for payroll, for accounts receivable, for new equipment, you can use and have access to these funds. The rates start at 4%. It is not necessary to have collateral. You don't have to go through a lengthy process. It is not time consuming. Because you are an EESI client, this is a very quick process, and you can have funding literally within a day. And so many companies that are trying to grow need that quick cash. If you are a client, contact EESI. It's 210-495-1171, 210-495-1171, and ask to find out about the Employer's Working Capital Benefit Program. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. At ESI, we help you simplify your business.